Welcome back to my shop, and we're going to do another how-to video for Maverick Leather Company. And today it's going to get a little western. We're going to make some split reins. We're going to be making these out of Hermann oak, old world harness. Awesome stuff. And we'll be using the medium thickness, which I believe is a 12 to 14 ounce. Don't quote me on that, but if you go to Maverick Leather Company's website, the leather I'll be using today is the medium Hermann oak old world harness. This is a pretty simple build. There's not much to it. So let's get into it. Okay, I just wanted to go over some of the tools I'll be using for this project. First up, I've got a leather hole punch. This is your rotary style leather hole punch with the different sizes on there. I would use the biggest size that comes on there for this project. I did use a single handheld hole punch. And just made sure it was big enough that I could fit my 1/4 inch lace through there. And I do want my lace to be a little snug as I'm fitting it through the holes. I don't want it to just slide through there super easy. But nice snug fit. Next up, I've got a burnishing tool. It's just your handheld burnishing tool. Works great. In this video, I do use an electric burnishing wheel, but this would work just fine. Next up, I've got a beveler. I just used a number 2 beveler for all my edges. Super basic. Next up, a mallet. Always good to have a mallet. I used it for punching all my holes. Next up, I got a strap cutter. So that's how I cut down all my straps and laces for this project. And some scissors. Scissors are always nice to have. In this video, you'll see I cut my laces down to the size I want with my laces. You can also use your razor blade for that. I think that's about it for the tools we'll be using. So, yeah, that's that. All right, guys, so I've cut 2 8-foot long, 5/8 inch wide straps out of this Hermann oak old world harness, and that'll be our split reins. Basically, we just gotta doctor them up a little bit, and what I'm gonna do is just bevel these edges, and I'm gonna use a number 2 beveler to do that on both sides. So let's do that. All right, we got one beveled up, ready for the next step. Let's do the next one. Same thing. And this stuff's real nice and easy to work with. Easy to bevel, easy to cut. It's kind of got a soft feel to it, so it makes it much easier to work with than your regular natural veg. You can run a nice bevel down that whole edge. Both sides. I'm on the back side now. Keep that 45. Look at that curly Q. That's what I like. That's what I like. So now that we've got these beveled, I'm going to give the end a little shape, and then we'll make the loop that will hold the bit. Now I'm cutting the loop that will hold the bit, and I'm making those about 7 inches. And I'm just here making sure we're gonna cut these nice and straight. I do a little end with that shape, so I just made myself a little template. But you can do whatever shape you want for these. This is just what I do. I've got my ends. Now we can bevel this guy. Now I've got my loop that I'm going to use to connect the bit to the main strap using some Latigo leather, and I've marked out my holes at about 1 inch apart. So we're going to punch these out real quick. And we'll use these holes for a template on our other strap and on the other side. We'll just mark those out real quick. Done. Okay, now we'll do the other side. Okay, now we got the loops done. We will transfer our hole onto the reins. And I'll take this, figure out where I want that to sit, figure out where I want that loop to sit on there. That looks pretty good to me. And I'll make my marks. And punch those out. Lined up in the center. That will sit just like that. Looks good. All right, now that we've got our main straps cut out for our reins, our loops that will connect the bit to the reins, all cut out, beveled, holes punched where they need to go, we can cut out some lace out of some Latigo leather. And I'm gonna cut these laces at about 1/4 inch wide. So I'll set my strap cutter to 1/4 inch. We'll lock that down. We'll cut these out. Now we'll bevel both these laces down as well. We won't need them this long, but I like to have extra. And then once I get them on the reins, I can cut them at whatever length I want. But I know I won't need them that long. I will cut a nice angle on them, and that'll help it get through the holes. And plus it looks cooler. A little angle on it. All right, we got those Latigo laces prepped. Let's make sure they fit through our holes. I knew they would, like a glove. All right, be perfect. Now we should burnish all these down. Okay, we're just gonna burnish these down a little bit. And I'm just gonna use a little bit of water on the edges. All right, now that I've got those burnished down a little bit, they're not super polished, but they'll work for what we're doing here. I will go ahead and put a layer of beeswax on the sides of these, on the edges here, and that'll just help weatherproof it and seal it a little bit more. So we'll go ahead and do that. Now let's slap these puppies together. Just put our lace through the back side there. Squeeze it through. Same thing. Now, when we loop these, we want the top one to be pointed down. And we'll do 2 wraps. And we'll tighten it down. And that's plenty long enough. So I'm going to cut them down just a little bit. I don't mind that length. So just going to mimic that angle. Rebevel that. And that looks pretty good. You could even cut those a little shorter, but I'm gonna leave it like that for now. And there's one. We've got one. All right, now that I got these puppies all finished up, the only thing I got left to do is head over here and put my stamp on them, and these things will be ready to go to work. good to go. So there we have it, folks. We made some beautiful split reins out of some Hermann oak old world harness. This stuff is just epic, man. It'll patina, darken up with age. It'll last forever. Perfect for this kind of a project. Perfect for tack, bridles, reins. So yeah, it's just awesome. Head over to Maverick Leather Company and go get you some. We'll see you in the next video.